good evening. Happy Robert Burns Day. Uh, to those of you that are interested in the holiday. If you aren't aware of who Robert Burns was, Robert Burns was the is the national poet of Scotland. Obviously, I say was because, he's dead, but is the national poet of Scotland who wrote lyrics and songs in Scots and in English. He was also famous for his rebellion against Orthodox religion and morality. And he is regarded as a pioneer of the Romantic movement. And even after his death, he became a great source of inspiration to the founders of both liberalism and socialism, and a cultural icon in Scotland and among the Scottish diaspora around the world. So his birthday, January 25th, is typically celebrated with a traditional Scottish dinner of haggis and taties and neeps. And I am not going to be prepping any of that because, one, you can't buy sheep lung in the U.S., and two, I don't know that I would want to. It's I'm not opposed to trying haggis, and I bet I would actually like it a lot. But also the concept of just eating mushed up sheep guts that were cooked in its stomach, and mushed potatoes and mushed turnips. Just eating a big old plate of mush with my scotch isn't necessarily my idea of a good time. I do like some texture variety in my foods. But I am going to, this weekend, have a more, I don't know, call it an Americanized version of the Burns Supper. But, kind of dialing back on maybe some of the poetic aspects, and, kind of just treating it like an excuse to get some friends over and, drink some scotch and prep some lamb. But in lieu of lamb guts, we'll probably just rock some, a rack of lamb and a lamb leg and some stuff like that. And still do some, I'd do some mashed potatoes, but I'd probably do some roasted turnips instead, because I like my whole muscle meat. What can I say? So, whatever. I'm excited for that this weekend. But today, on the actual, Robert Burns Day, I would like to at least run through some of the scotches I'll have here this weekend, because I think that would be fun to do here on stream. And I want to, I don't know, I haven't really tasted scotch on stream so much. I started this stream over on the main channel to do or to have, to get through this backlog of mead that I had wanted to review. I had, a bunch of mead that I wanted to review, and I didn't want to do it all at once. So the next best thing was to have it, once a week, have 2 or 3 to sample and taste while I played Skyrim, because that was a fun pairing. So I started with mead over there, and then as I used the all of that, I kind of transitioned a little bit into some craft beers that I wanted to review. But yeah, personally, I would say that in my, journey after turning 21 and kind of exploring alcohol and tasting things, I would say that my first foray into alcohol was, it was probably, it was wine and whiskey. Honestly, it was probably just like cheap wine, but the first, I would say the first one where I really got into like the craft and the history and stuff was whiskey. And like understanding how, the different components, and how both the terroir of where the grains were grown and, the weather patterns and, storage mechanisms of the spirit itself, alter the end product. I don't know. That was where I kind of started delving deeper into craft beverages, if you will. So, yeah, I definitely had more of a, I don't know. I have a love for a good whiskey. But actually, and maybe we'll get into this later this summer or something, but it was actually bourbon that got me there. I hated Scotch, actually. So I guess I say I loved whiskey, but I didn't love all whiskey. So I was more of a bourbon boy. But then, after discovering the channel, The Whiskey Vault, and, listening to Daniel Whittington talk about, tasting different whiskeys and stuff, I decided I would, go out on a limb and try it. I actually discovered the Whiskey Vault from PewDiePie's videos where he tasted, or where back when he drank, he had this series where he would talk about some of his favorite like Irish whiskeys or Japanese whiskeys and stuff like that. And so then the Whiskey Vault made response videos where they were like, this is what he got right, this is what he got wrong, here's where we kind of disagree with him, stuff like that. And that was where I found them, and they kind of inspired me to branch out a little bit and try more than just what I was comfortable with. And so I, tried some different scotches and, realized that not all scotches are like Johnny Walker and Dewar's. So, yeah, that being said, the scotches that we will be tasting today are all scotches. I mean, I'm tasting a very broad representation of, scotches as a whole here. I think I will be tasting something from each, general region of Scotch production in Scotland, with the exception of the lowlands. The typical ones are, lowlands, highlands, Speyside, which is kind of just an offshoot of highlands, Isla, which is kind of just an offshoot of island scotches. And then, oh wait, there's one more. What am I forgetting? Shoot. Dang it. I'm forgetting something. But definitely and also blends. There will be one blend represented. And while blends get a, kind of a bad rap, for the most part, there are some good ones. I'm not saying that the one we're having today is necessarily like the best, but like, not all blends are bad, okay? As much as, some would-be snobs would tell you that, you can, accurately blend scotches and not have it suck completely. And and it's not always just a way to stretch or cheapen something. It can be done to achieve new flavor combinations and profiles that otherwise wouldn't be possible. I am just going to double check myself so I'm not teaching you guys dumb stuff. Campbelltown. That's what I was forgetting. I knew it started with a C. I don't think I have any Campbelltowns actually represented. So, let's see if there are any, or if I'm just a bad person and not representing the way I should be. But yes, the 5 production regions are Campbelltown, Highland, Campbelltown, Highland, Isla, Lowland, and Speyside. There we go. Geez. Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm not giving you guys bad info. So give me one gosh dang second to pull up. There we go. Okay, yeah, I don't think... Yeah, we don't have any Springbanker, Glen Scotia, or Kilcran, or Hazelburn. So, oops. Yep. Don't have anything from those distilleries, so sorry about that. No Campbelltown, no Lowlands, but the others are represented. Although I don't know, how they classify some of the other production areas that are, I guess they just call them Highland. Huh. Weird. Because like not all of the ones categorized under the Highland umbrella are necessarily Highland in style, like especially the ones that are made on like their own islands. They can have a much differenter taste. So yeah, that's interesting. Okay, well, enough chit chat about this. I'm gonna try this. I'm trying a new transition style here. So we are going to give it a shot. If I can. Well, actually, yeah, I think we might as well. Enjoy this transition, and hopefully it actually cuts to where I need it to once it's done. So until then, I will see you over at the bar. I don't know if this is going to pick up yet, so we're just going to have to see when the actual transition goes down. Oops. I'm going to turn up my volume on here so I can actually hear when it switches over. I didn't quite think this through 100%. Okay, cool. Here we are. I don't know if this is going to pick up. Wow, it picked up pretty much where I wanted it to. So, awesome. Thank you for the confirmation, Autumn. As you'll notice, we've changed our setting, and we are now located in Scotland. And Apologies for the weird keying up top with the shadow. I could move the green screen a little bit or something. I don't know. We're not going to deal with that today. What we are going to do today, though, is taste this whiskey lineup. So first, here's the order of events that I kind of want to do. We're going to lead with the kind of... I was thinking about saving this one for last, but I think we should just lead with it. So this is a blend that when I was going out and collecting some scotches that I knew I wanted to review on stream, I just found this on just completely randomly at Total Wine. But it is the Robert Burns blend itself, which I didn't know existed. But, considering that it's Robert Burns Day as the reason for today's stream, it just makes sense that we would have some of this. So I'm not going to go crazy on pours, because there's also a cocktail I would like to whip up here. So in the interest of not getting too silly, I would like to take it easy and just do little pours. We can reassess later, but I just want to, do some little pours and sip them neat. Ideally, I would actually, add just a drop of water to them to force up some of the oils to the surface, but I'm just not going to do that today. So, sorry. First pour, that would be the Robert Burns single malt scotch from Arran Distillery. We will read about them all once I pour them, I think. I think that's the order of operations we should stick to, and that might give some of these a chance to breathe a little. I don't want to go crazy with it, but I would like them to breathe a tiny bit. You also might notice this Balvenie DoubleWood that I have here as our second one. The bottle's a little low. I have been savoring the last drops, but I think this January we're probably gonna call it quits and kick it. Maybe not today, but this weekend when I host some people, I think we're just gonna let that one ride its course. It's delicious, which you will find out in a moment. And there's a reason I haven't wanted to say goodbye. Then up next, we have kind of an old, kind of a new favorite of mine, the Glendronach 12. The Glendronach is very tasty, and the first time I had it, I actually had the 15 at a friend's house, and I really, really loved it, but it is prohibitively expensive, and the 12 is close to half the price and over half the way to where the 15 was at. So it's kind of been my compromise. I'll get this one because it gets most of the way there without completely breaking the bank. Okay, up next we have Talisker 10. Talisker is interesting. They sponsor the transatlantic campaign every year, which is like a rowing event, where you row across the Atlantic Ocean. It is something that I think sounds really interesting. I don't know that I could take that much time off work, so not necessarily possible. Also would be incredibly physically challenging. Lastly, we've got Ardbeg 10, which is, this entire lineup is quite the spectrum. which you will kind of pick up on here. But let's see, that goes there, and that goes there. Yeah, Ardbeg is an interesting one. There is, the cult of Ardbeg. Basically, there's a lot of people who love Ardbeg. They don't just like it. They love it and are willing to die for it. So the cult of Ardbeg is strong. So I think we're just going to taste them in this order. The reason I have chosen this particular order of tasting is it kind of descends from, sweetness to smokiness, loosely. Not loosely. That very much... there's a flow here, and you will kind of pick up on that as I taste them. But to kick things off, let's use this one. And if you'll notice, or if you can see that, I don't know if you can, this one is my Whiskey Vault Glencairn that I got when I visited them, 3 years ago at this point. Maybe 4 years ago. Wow. And I've managed to not break it, so... that's exciting. But yeah, I mean, on the nose, on this Robert Burns Scotch, which has no age statement. I called it a blend earlier. It is a single malt, so that doesn't necessarily count as a blend, because it's all done under the Arran distillery name, so my bad. It is not a blend. But it is a no age statement whiskey, which means, they can mix and match in their distillery, because I don't know if you know this, but single malt does not necessarily mean the same thing as, single production run or single year of production or anything like that, the way, all of these ones with age statements are. So just because these ones say 12, 10, 10, that's the number of years that each of those were aged, whereas this one could have a little bit of everything in it, but all from Arran Distillery. So but on the nose, I'm getting a lot of citrus and a mild breadiness, but it's nothing too crazy. It's not super complex or overwhelming or in your face or anything like that. It is an approachable blend, and of all of these, it was the cheapest one. So if you're into the branding, pick it up. I found it at Total Wine, but I'm gonna get in here and taste it. Yeah, it is sweet, just a little. It's sweet and malty, but then that kind of unfolds into some baking spices, and then it's particularly peppery on the finish, but then that kind of peels back and gives way to just more of the friendly baking spices like clove and cinnamon and stuff, which is really fascinating and really tasty. But it's also not gonna necessarily blow your mind or anything like that. But I would say if you want something to either sip neat or use in cocktails, go for it. It's a solid choice. So up next we have Balvenie. Balvenie 12-year DoubleWood. Actually, no, you know what? Before I do that, I'm getting ahead of myself. I have stuff up here that I want to read about. So we're going to do that. So Isle of Arran Distillers is the only whiskey company to produce a single malt, which is officially endorsed by the World Burns Federation. Partnered with the Federation since 1998, they have the authorization to use Burns' likeness and signature on their single malts in recognition of being the closest distillery to Burns' birthplace of Alloway in Ayrshire. I probably butchered some of those pronunciations. Burns indeed would have seen Arran most days from his home village. This light aromatic single malt is ideal for drinking prior to or during a meal. Very fresh with no artificial coloring, this beautifully packaged malt is made for easy drinking. A very versatile dram inspired by Scottish poet Robert Burns, this whiskey can be enjoyed alone with water or ice or even in a long drink. So, they've done a handful of them. Their stated tasting notes are fresh vanilla and cinnamon, sweet and creamy palate with notes of honey, toffee glazed pecans, and fresh summer fruits, and a sweet apple and citrus finish. I kind of got a little more, spice going on there still towards the end, but, different strokes for different folks. So I enjoy it. I think it's gonna be the one that, I like to have something on hand for at least cocktails, but also something to have neat. So I kind of, I don't know, I enjoy having that around. So I'm actually also going to pull this up because I need to have two windows open here so I can actually see what's going on multiple screens here. So bear with me while I change this up. Okay, there we go. Just shrinking that tab a little bit and making this one bigger. And we're good. Okay, moving on. Let us adjust and go to the Balvenie DoubleWood 12, which I am excited about. Yeah. The nose here is definitely a little more caramely than I remember. It's got a lot of okay. It's caramely and also just a hint of honey sweetness going on there. But let's, see where the palate is at. I think maybe I've done it a disservice by keeping it for as long as I have with as little as I have in there, because I do remember it is much more pungent when it's fresher, or not as, that hasn't had as much of a chance to interact with oxygen as it has had. But it's still, it's got a, honey sweetness on the palate, but also almost a cereal grain quality, an oatiness, which kind of gives me I don't know, paired with kind of this cinnamon finish, it gives it a honey nut Cheerio vibe that I really enjoy. It's, there's still a little bit of that sherry cask finish funk going on, and that's also another thing, particularly with these two middle guys. They are finished in different casks, so we're gonna pick up on some of those qualities from other beverages that are being lightly imparted from the used barrels. It's got this rich carameliness on the nose, and that kind of transcends into the palate with a nuttiness and a it unfolds into honey sweetness with just a hint of that. I think that carameliness is coming from a little bit of that barrel char because it's called the DoubleWood for, like, two reasons. It is, well, I guess one reason, but it's aged in two different barrel types, or, finished in two different barrel types, rather, which we will get into in one moment after I talk a little bit about the finish. There it is. There's that cereal grain richness, combined with that like little hint of nuttiness. Oh yeah, we're getting into the bumblebee honey nut Cheerios territory there, and I, for one, am here for it. So I'm actually going to read the bottle on this one, I think, before I get into their website. But the Balvenie DoubleWood matured in two distinct casks, aged 12 years. The Balvenie DoubleWood acquires its complex yet rich and smooth taste from its maturation in two different types of oak cask. There we go. The first cask that it's aged in. Many years of maturation exclusively in traditional whiskey oak casks mellows the maturing spirit and imparts gentle, warming layers of vanilla spiciness. There we go. Yeah, there's vanilla happening. Second cask, further maturation in European oak sherry casks increases complexity, bringing fruity, honeyed depths to the resulting single malt. The Balvenie distillery has been owned by the same independent family company for 5 generations. Nowhere else will you find a distillery that still grows its own barley, that still malts in its own traditional floor maltings, that still has coopers to tend the casks and a coppersmith to tend the stills. From this distillery comes the Balvenie DoubleWood, aged 12 years, characterized by rich honey sweetness and a delicate layer of sherry. So, DoubleWood 12 was launched in 1993, using a process designed by their malt master David Stewart in 1982, now commonly known as wood finishing. To make the Balvenie DoubleWood, David Stewart, MBE, takes whiskey that has spent at least 12 years in traditional whiskey casks, American oak ex-bourbon barrels, and hogsheads, and moves it to Spanish oak ex-Oloroso sherry casks for an additional 9 months. The whiskey is then transferred to large oak vessels called tuns for 3 to 4 months to allow the whiskeys from individual casks to marry. The Balvenie DoubleWood single malt whiskey gains its distinctive character from being matured in 2 different wood types. Each stage lends different qualities to the resulting single malt whiskey. The traditional casks soften and add delicate character. The sherry wood brings depth and fullness of flavor, and the final few months in our tuns allows the whiskeys to marry harmoniously. So, that is that. It's fun. They're stated tasting notes here. Let's see what we can find as we read them. Their nose, they say, sweet fruit and Oloroso sherry notes layered with honey and vanilla. Which, the sherry notes, that's a thing here in like Scotch tasting, that if you don't taste Scotches frequently, you don't really know what the sherry cask imparts, and it's hard to explain, like, I don't know, without having tasted it. So it's almost like a citrusy element, but there's also like I don't know, it's complex, it's hard to describe, but you know it when you see it. And then their tasting notes are smooth and mellow with beautifully combined flavors, nutty sweetness, cinnamon spiciness, and a delicate proportioned layer of sherry, and a long and warming finish, which, I can see it. But all that being said, it's even better when it hasn't sat in a bottle that is mostly empty for a while. Moving on, I think we are ready for the Glendronach. which, boy oh boy, I'm excited. Being in the middle here, it's like, in my opinion, I mean, it doesn't have some of the, there's no smokiness that we're going to find. Or if we do, I might have a stroke because I don't think that's possible here. But it's like, I think sometimes with certain distilleries productions, they can either be like on one end just kind of sweet and unassuming and not like at the cost of not being very interesting, and then on the other end can skew more towards just being like smoke bombs that taste like you're licking a wood log straight out of the fire. But this one, of the sweet ones, manages to maintain a certain level of like complexity and interest while also still being sweet. So I guess that's just the primer going into it. So I can, tell you more about it once we taste it. But yeah, on the nose, there is a rich stone fruitiness, but also like this deep, complex musty funk, which is a good thing here. And I mean, I really love it. That funkiness, I almost, and this might sound gross to you, but I liken it to cheese, but not like blue cheese, more like brie. So like honey and brie on crackers. So it's very pleasant, and I'm gonna enjoy this sip. Yeah, that's nice. It is, you know, sweet. That there's like that brie note, early on there. It's kind of like, I don't know, like, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of thinking about how much I love it right now. Hello, Jess, welcome. Fun fact, brie is very tasty with dragon fruit. That may also explain why I'm having such a fun time with this, because before or earlier today I had a pomegranate and dragon fruit bubbly water. So that would explain why I'm enjoying this so much, even though this is, still one of my faves. But yeah, there's a caramely honey sweetness that's very rich, whereas this one is a little bit lighter and leans more towards like grain and nuttiness. This one is like just full flavored richness, and then I think that I'm guessing that funkiness is coming from the Pedro Jimenez sherry casks that it spends some time in, because like the more common sherry cask to my knowledge is the Oloroso sherry casks, which I believe is also what the Balvenie is aged in partially, but the Glendronach 12 is aged in both Pedro Jimenez and Oloroso sherry casks, and I think those two are playing together very nicely. The Oloroso is giving it like a rich, maybe mild like citrusiness, but then the Pedro Jimenez is just knocking it out of the park with an interesting, rich, creamy sweetness that I am just kind of chalking up as brie, because that's what my brain is calling it. But there's still like some interesting baking spices as well, but that, again, that funkiness just rides all the way through to the finish. And what the 12 has, as far as complexity and stuff, the 15 has even more so. But I would say it's, again, like I would call it a 15 to 20% improvement between the 12 and the 15 from Glendronach, but the price point is like double the price for the 15. So, again, I like it. To me, on my budget, I am thinking that the 12 is gonna have to be where I camp out for a while, but I don't have a problem with that because it's still really tasty. I love it a lot. Let's read about it, actually. And I'm not going to set that up there while I read about it. I'm just going to put it here. So, from the bottle. Let's see. The Glendronach Original, aged 12 years, matured in the finest Pedro Jimenez and Oloroso sherry casks from Spain. Highland single malt Scotch whiskey. And also, by the way, I actually don't know where Arran's at. I'm assuming Highland. The Balvenie is in Speyside, which is technically like in a little like pocket of Highland, but there's enough distilleries there that it's kind of its own distinct region. But anyways, moving on back to the Glendronach Highland. Appearance: deep amber red gold. The nose is sweet, creamy vanilla with hints of ginger and autumn fruits. Palate is rich, creamy, silky smooth. Warm, rich oak and sherry sweetness. A full mouthfeel. Raisins. Soft fruits. Spicy with medium length and a dry finish. Finish long, full and firm. Slightly nutty. There we go. I could see a little pecan going on there. You know, a little pecan, not really hazelnut, but like, yeah, they nail it on the head when they call it creamy. Also, yes, I see that I'm a QR code at the moment, or on stream I'm a QR code. We're just gonna have to wait, because normally it'll do this for like, I don't know, a couple seconds, and then it'll fix itself. It is the problem of either the HDMI cord or my capture card that I'm using, so one of those needs to change, and it's probably going to be the capture card, which is unfortunate. But maybe we'll use it as an opportunity to upgrade to a 4K capture card, because this one is just capturing in stunning 1920 by 1080p, and I think we can do better here. Let me wiggle some cords around, because it looks like it's not going away. Oh, dang it. Well, guys, give me 1 second. We're gonna take this party over to the computer to finish up. As fun as this was, my phone died. And that was the camera that was pointed at this. So sorry about that. I'm gonna put on the intermission thing while I switch everything over. Be right back. We're just going to be on the chatting camera. And actually, I forgot to turn the main lights off. So give me 1 second. Well, that is disappointing. I did want to use the bar for that. I enjoyed our little Scotland coastline setup. That was fun. Oh well, I'm going to not think about it too much and move on. So, to do so, I guess we'll just pick back up talking about the Scotch we were on before I get too wild and crazy. So, I don't know what else there really was to say about this one, but I do think we should get into their website. I don't remember if I read the first part or not. But, yeah, let's kick it off with reading the website. So, the Glendronach Original. This superb, richly sherried single malt is matured for at least 12 years in a combination of the finest Spanish Pedro Jimenez and Oloroso sherry casks. Natural color and bottled at 43%, the Glendronach 12-year-old is a sweet, creamy dram. Tasting notes. Appearance, deep amber, red gold. We already went over that. Okay, we've gone over this. But the nose, yeah. What they're saying, sweet, creamy vanilla with hints of ginger. spiced mulled wine, and pear, which I'm gonna say that tracks. The particularly, like, going back to what we were talking about with like the creaminess being like a brie characteristic, the concept of like brie and like, I don't know, brie and pears is fantastic. So I enjoy that. I think that it does kind of have like that. I suppose that mustiness is also leaning towards pear. So like, I don't know. Raise your hand if you think pears kind of taste musty. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I do feel like there's a little bit of a, earthiness. There we go. Earthiness. That's a less gross word than musty, I feel like. Maybe. Anyways. Yeah. Pear. Definitely on the nose, little on the palate. Palate, rich, creamy, silky, smooth, warm, rich oak, and sherry sweetness. Full mouthfeel, raisins and soft fruits. We did talk about this. Oh, Jess, you hate pears. Well, it's not like overt. I think it's not like I'm tasting a pear, like it's more like a pie that has pears in it. And I would venture as to say that there's almost like a figginess going on here, as well, which also pairs nicely with brie. So I don't know how you feel about figs, but I love me a fresh fig. Autumn does not, but I do. I love this a lot. It was, I think, one of the first distilleries that I really got excited about. So, hopping back over, or onto our next one, Talisker, which I did bring the bottles that I hadn't, really shown much of yet over here, and I don't want to blow it out, and it's getting kind of blown out depending on how I angle it. So we're gonna hold it further back. I don't know. It's hard to read, but that's the Talisker. It is. This is where we get away from the fun, fruity, sweet, inoffensive, creamy, tasty things. This is where we, venture away from that realm, like the sweet, fruity world, or even like sweet honey, etc., blah blah blah, and we venture into territories yet unexplored. So Talisker is a unique one, as an island. It is the distillery, the only distillery located on the Isle of Skye, and it notoriously produces, that there is an oceanic characteristic in a lot of the island scotches, which is why I kind of consider them their own category, even if they don't have their own designation necessarily. Just due to the ocean air being so present, there is there's a brininess to them. So, think like, rich, like saltwater air. So on the nose too, there's some peat smoke, which, if you don't know what that smells like, it's similar to, a like really intense cigar. But it's, Talisker is not, the smoke is very present, but it is not like a smoke bomb, if that makes sense. It's as far as smoky scotches go, I would call it middle of the road. There is a like smoke presence that is prominent and not hiding. It's not like a hint of smoke like you'll get in a lot of like big blends, where they're mixing just a whole lot of everything, where you get like kind of a weird hint of smoke, but it's not quite like something you can pick up on. This is different. It's very like you can taste the smoke, but it's not gonna kill you. So but it's very present on the nose, along with just a hint of sweetness, maybe some like mild, I don't know, it's like a mild biscuitiness, but like that's giving me the it's leaning more towards almost a saltiness there that we're picking up on the nose, but the only way to confirm that is to taste it. So without further ado, yeah, it's nice. It is kind of a saltine cracker and smoked oyster sort of vibe. So there's it's still got a little sweetness, a little like roundness, but yeah, that smoky, salty, briny flavor is not something that you like necessarily think about when you think about spirits. It's an interesting, like, rich coastal characteristic that I enjoy. It took me a long time to enjoy it, so I can completely understand if somebody is put off by it. But I don't know. I think it's fun and like, I don't know, very interesting. And Talisker as a company, they sponsor the transatlantic campaign, and they it's a cool, like, they're a cool distillery doing cool stuff. So I'm going to read a little about it. And they don't actually have their own, like, real website, so I'm reading off of malts.com, who kind of is associated and links to them in some instances. So I don't know. Let's get in there and read about it. Produced at the oldest distillery on the Isle of Skye. So I guess they're not the only distillery. They're just the oldest distillery on the Isle of Skye. So my bad. Talisker single malt Scotch whiskey has been made by the sea since 1830, with its smell and taste instantly connecting you to its rugged maritime home. Every sip is a taste of the Isle of Skye itself, one of the most remote, windswept yet beautiful landscapes in Scotland. Talisker 10-year-old, the stalwart of the Talisker family, is a powerful single malt whiskey with a sea salty nose, spicy complexity, smoky sweet character, and signature peppery finish, like a warm welcome from a wild sea. This single malt has a famously rich and powerful peat smoke flavor, while the finish leaves you with a warm, peppery taste at the back of the mouth. It is double distilled to create a rich, deep character embodying the maritime characteristics of a coastal whiskey, and then aged for a minimum of 10 years in American oak casks. It is one of the most awarded single malt Scotch whiskies in the world, including double gold medal winner at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition for 4 years in a row, including 2020. Talisker 10-year-old makes a perfect present for adventurers who share the wild spirit of our founders who rode to the Isle of Skye in 1830, where Talisker has been distilled ever since. Serving suggestion: the warm, subtle smokiness of Talisker 10-year-old should be sampled neat. So, cool. Wow, interesting. I don't know if anybody has an Alexa here, but apparently you can ask... there's a Talisker Alexa tasting experience. So if you ask your Alexa, open Talisker tasting... apparently it will lead you on a Talisker tasting journey in your own home. So I can't confirm that because I don't like the idea of Jeff Bezos having an ear in my living room. But if you have one, then by all means, it is cool that that's a thing. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, they do have tasting notes. There we go. So, appearance. Brilliant gold. I mean, my webcam here is not picking up on a whole lot, but you get it. Full and rich body, powerful peat smoke on the nose. Get out of my face, pop up. With just a hint of the seawater salt of fresh oysters with a citrus sweetness. So, I do agree there's a hint of like citrusiness going on. A rich dried fruit sweetness, clouds of smoke, strong barley malt flavors, warming and intense, peppery at the back of the mouth. Huge, long, warming, and peppery in the finish with an appetizing sweetness. So, yes, I did kind of lean more into the saltier, brinier, pepperier, smokier flavors in my tasting notes, but that's because we're coming off the backs of some incredibly rich and sweet scotches. So it's in stark contrast, if you will. But I'm gonna have one more sip before we move on to the final one in the lineup. And yes, the final one. The good old Ardbeg 10. Ardbeg is interesting in that, if we look at it here, and I don't know how much you're going to pick up on this, but color-wise, that is very clear. Like, it doesn't have a lot of, like, caramely color going on. Like, even I think you'll be able to see it next to this one, the Talisker. This looks a lot more orangey caramely, and this looks pretty like just like a light yellow, just a little friendly, like, I don't know. It's pretty unassuming visually, so it'll catch somebody off guard if they're not really paying attention. Because you might think, oh, a rich dark one, that's gonna be the one with the most flavor. Hang on. Just straight away off the nose, this Ardbeg has a much more potent smokiness. It is beyond like that where the Talisker kind of leans into like a briny oceanic saltiness. The Ardbeg, to me, has a rich, like, meaty characteristic. So it's like, it's smoky, and like kind of like a smoked brisket, and a cigar at the same time. So yeah, I mean meaty quite literally. Like it gives me almost a vibe like I should be at a barbecue, which can be off-putting again to some people, but I mean I get it, but I also have kind of come to love it, and for whatever reason, both, I mean, this and Laphroaig and Lagavulin, like they're all like Islay whiskeys, which are known for their peaty, rich smokiness. But that nose, for whatever reason, when it's like 40 to 50 degrees and like really heavy rain, I get a real hankering for an Islay Scotch. And I don't necessarily know why that is, but I want something smoky. What can I say? But I would like to sample this because it's been a minute, so give me a moment. Oh yeah, That is, I mean, where the Talisker is smoky, this is like I would say 5 or 6 times as smoky. So where the Talisker is like a campfire smokiness, this is like you're inhaling the campfire while smoking brisket and puffing a cigar. um, if you will. It's very very rich and complex smokiness. Like it's hitting you from different angles. It's you know that peat. I mean, peat's a moss, so there's like this earthiness going on. And yeah, it is complex. It is not one note. Something I kind of get with like Lafroig, not really Lagavulin, but like, and I guess call this anecdotal because I don't have Lagavulin or Lafroig in front of me, but Lafroig is more one note as far as like the smoke goes. It's like smoke, and then that's like what you're getting. It's like smoke, earth, and iodine. But and then Lagavulin is smoky, but also very malty and rich. Whereas the Ardbeg is like smoky on many different fronts and incredibly like complex on all of those smoky fronts. But it's, I don't know. It has, in my opinion, the most complex smokiness. I don't remember if I showed the bottle, but that would be the Ardbeg bottle, which is easier to read because the label's not white the way the Talisker is. So, yes, the Ardbeg 10-year. Ardbeg has done a lot of cool things as a distillery. They're very open source about a lot of their stuff, which I like to see. To I guess walk you through some of just like the tasting notes from analytical down the line perspective. It is smoky, meaty, there's some pepperiness. It's very bold. I'm having a hard time today, but it is like you're eating a fatty brisket, with all the juice dripping down and stuff. Just also puffing on a cigar. And it just kind of stays with you. So I guess I can call it a finish, but that smoky finish continues into just an aftertaste, and I still taste it. Whereas with some of the other lighter ones, I would be like, yeah, I kind of forgot that I sipped that. It is ever present. It's just kind of clinging to all of the surface area in my mouth. But let's read about it from their website before we move on to our final thing. And then, I think Skyrim's going to be like almost an afterthought today. I may just like clip this and upload it on my main channel just to, I don't know, put it over there. But yeah. Let's see. Okay, the Ardbeg, 10 years old, blah, blah, blah. Complex single malt of them all. Yet it does not flaunt the peat. Rather, it gives way to the natural sweetness of the malt to produce a whiskey of perfect balance. Named World Whiskey of the Year in 2008. So, yeah. They have the color stated as light gold. To call it gold is pretty bold, but whatever. Aroma. A burst of intense smoky fruit escapes into the atmosphere. Peat infused with zesty lemon and lime, wrapped in waxy dark chocolate. Bold menthol and black pepper slice through the sweet smoke, followed by terry ropes and graphite. Savor the aroma of smoked fish and crispy bacon alongside green bell peppers, baked pineapple, and pear juice. Sorry, Jess. Add water and an oceanic minerality. Brings a breath of cool, briny sea spray. Waxed lemon and lime follows with coal tar soap, beeswax, and herby pine woodlands. Toasted vanilla and sizzling cinnamon simmer with warm hazelnut and almond toffee. So, yeah, it's that was just the nose. Moving on to it's cute on their website. They also have pictures of all of those things as like PNGs below it. Okay, on to the taste. An explosion of crackling peat sets off millions of flavor explosions. Peat effervesces with tangy lemon and lime juice. Black pepper pops with sizzling cinnamon spiced toffee. Then comes a wave of brine infused with smooth buttermilk, ripe bananas, and currants. Smoke gradually wells up on the palate, bringing a mouthful of warm, creamy cappuccino and toasted marshmallows. As the taste lengthens and deepens, dry espresso licorice root and terry smoke develop, coating the palate with chewy peat oils. And then the finish. The finish goes on and on, long and smoky with terry espresso, aniseed, toasted almonds, and traces of soft barley and fresh pear. Again, sorry, Jess. Yeah, that's... They really kind of leaned into some of the I call it like marketing jargon with some of that, because like and maybe somebody, you know, can sit there and like you know, bring all of those notes about psychosomatically, but I think they're kind of just having fun with like, this is what one guy said, and so we're just gonna lean into that. That being said, I mean, it's fun, and I can tell they're not like, at least the way they word that, you can kind of tell, like, they're not necessarily taking it as seriously as everybody else when it, you know, when people are talking about like, I don't know, certain things being a level of complexity and stuff like that. Like some, I don't know. I think that there's something to be said about like being like, well, it's smoky, you know, what else do you want me to say? But there is also something to be said. Like you can kind of read through some of the satirical verboseness that they have. And yeah, like I would say I could translate this from just like, you know, that bombastic way of talking about it to like, yeah, I could see like a mentholy like mintiness if you're, you know, really hovering over it and thinking about it and looking past some of that smoke, you can pick up on more going on. But by smelling it, do I get crispy bacon? Not necessarily. But I also, you know, I can see how they could get that, and I kind of get it. So, and like even, I guess I'm in the mindset of like meat and smoke, but like you could pick up on some more, I suppose, citrusiness, if you're thinking about like the way it feels like in terms of acidity on the mouth, and yeah, the interpretation there. So yeah, I get it. But boy, yeah. For somebody who doesn't drink a lot of Scotch, because I've had that Ardbeg for a little while. Um, you know, I come to it on those rainy days and go, yeah, that's tasty. I'm good for a little while. I don't need to have this, uh, all the time. I think it's kind of something that I enjoy, in a more, I don't know, a moderate measure than just all of the time. But there are, there's a reason that the cult of Ardbeg exists. Like some people just love their smoky whiskey, and that's the only thing they love. So, I'm a little too widely spread for that, I think. But yeah, I want to hop back over to the Talisker to like think about like those differences. But yeah, off the back, I can barely taste the smoke on the Talisker, whereas tasting the Talisker right after the Glendronach, the smoke was very present. But now going back to the Talisker, I'm getting much more friendly, like, appley sweetness and like all these other things that I wasn't picking up on before. So I don't know. It's interesting. Taste buds are weird. I kind of want to make a video sometime. So if it ever comes out, you heard it here first. But I want to make a video talking about taste and the concept of objective versus subjective tasting. Because I think that there's a lot to be said there that can that would hopefully, I guess, clear up some of the waters as far as that goes, because I think a lot of people find like some of the tasting notes on things maybe off-putting or like they might interpret them as pretentious because they're like, well, I don't taste those things, so like you're just making it up, when no, there's probably some level of flavor compounds that can be picked up on there. But then how do you go about educating people on how to go about tasting it and how to talk about tasting or how to talk about what they're tasting. So I don't know. I kind of want to do that and maybe like pave a way for people to like cut through some of the marketing jargon to actually pick up on like, okay, I know they said this, it actually means this, and I'll like it because of this, or I won't like it because of that. I don't know. It's not a fully fledged idea, but I've started scripting little bits and pieces. But it's kind of a full project. So I think it needs some marination, if you will, to like really, I don't know, pick it apart. But lastly, I would like to make a little cocktail in honor of Robert Burns Day. So this was supposed to be something I made sooner. So this was a full glass of ice, and it is now a very pathetic glass of ice with a little bit of water in the bottom. So I'm just going to drink that water out and we'll see how it goes. But yeah. So the cocktail we are making right now is called the Bobby Burns, named, of course, for Robert Burns himself. And of course, I forgot it, but I want to use the Robert Burns Scotch from Arran because why not? It's like perfect for it name-wise anyways. So I'm going to go grab that bottle, and I've got everything else here. So be right back. Also, am I keying out a little bit? Because like on my OBS preview, I feel like I look fine, but I'm looking at me on the stream and I feel like I'm just a little too bright. So I might apply a quick filter that just undoes a little bit of gamma or something. Maybe I'll just leave the gamma alone and just do nope. Okay. I'm not 100% on this. Well, we'll see how it goes. That might have not been perfect. But I do feel like it is exporting a little brighter than I'm seeing on the preview. So I don't know. We'll figure this out, friends. Okay. The Bobby Burns, which I do have up here on my laptop. Which, you know what, I'm not even going to read 100% of the stuff about it, because I think liquor.com can be a little verbose. But though not as renowned as drinks like the Manhattan, Sidecar, or Martini, the Bobby Burns is a classic cocktail dating back to the early part of the 20th century. Similar to the Rusty Nail or Blood and Sand, it has the rare quality of being made with blended Scotch whiskey rather than bourbon, rye, or another spirit altogether. Like many storied cocktails, the origins of the Bobby Burns are fuzzy, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. But everybody can, agree that the name is an homage to Robert Burns. So, cool. The cocktail itself does, and I want to make sure, okay, good. I bumped the mic and I didn't want it to blow out. Okay. So, it calls for 1 ounce of Scotch whiskey. So we are, rocking with the Robert Burns from Arran Distilling. And I may have gotten just a teensy little bit on the desk. Oops. At least it wasn't, a disaster spilling all over the keyboard and then breaking my screen. Then it calls for 1 ounce of sweet vermouth, which I happen to have Martini and Rossi, but there are a lot of good sweet vermouths out there, so you do you. So a little sweet vermouth in there, and then the trickiest ingredient to come by in the cocktail was Benedictine, which you can't really read. But, Benedictine. An herbal liqueur. So, it smells very floral. That smells like a garden, dare I say. And also, it's a little syrupy. But, half an ounce of that, and we are good to go. This would have made more sense at the bar, but here we are. Okay, so you do that, and then you stir it until it's well chilled. So I'm just gonna stir it with my knife here. And then you strain it, which of course my strainer doesn't fit on that glass, into your cocktail glass of choice, and mine happens to be a coupe glass. Whoop. I'm a little drippy. This is also why I preferred to do it at the bar. And that's that. Okay, cool. And then, now that it's in the cocktail glass, you twist a lemon peel over the glass to release its oils, and then drop it into the drink. So please give me one moment to not cut myself and get just enough lemon peel off of this lemon to be dangerous, and then we'll plop it in there, or we'll express it, if you will. So expressing the lemon, and there's not a way I can do this that would put it in the camera's view, but just trust me, I'm expressing the lemon over the glass, and I might even get a little bold and run the edge of it around the glass, and then drop that bad boy into the drink, and just like that. Oh my gosh, it's so bright. I'm gonna turn one of these down. It's a little ridiculous. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's fine. Just like that. I think that's a little better. It's not as overpoweringly bright. But that right there is the Bobby Burns. So, yeah, little lemony on the nose, herbally sweet, and yeah, on the, that's fun. It's a little, it's sweeter than I would say most like whiskey cocktails are, but I also think it comes from a time before we had really figured out what a good balance in cocktails can be, or I guess not a good balance, but it's just different. It's sweeter than something like an old fashioned or a whiskey sour or something like that, but it's still good. It's interesting. There's the herbal characteristics of the Benedictine, combining with the sweetness of the vermouth, and the acidity of the lemon, and the maltiness of the Scotch just kind of marries into a tasty little, fruity, bready, tasty thing. So a riveting review of a cocktail. There's some other, I think as far as cocktails go, Scotch is not really something that I have used in cocktail making. But I think that Scotch cocktails have room to be really interesting. And this would be one of them. The other one that, I think most people kind of know about is the rusty nail. Hey, Stereo. Cheers. We haven't even played any Skyrim yet. We've just been hanging out, sipping whiskey, and chatting. Yeah. I think most Scotch cocktails that people are aware of include things like the rusty nail, which is typically like some form of equal parts of Scotch, and Drambuie, which is like a Scotch-based liqueur. So it's kind of like mixing Scotch with Scotch and honey and herbs. And then the other, Scotch cocktail that I think everyone points to, especially when it comes to if you're struggling to think of something to make with an Islay Scotch, the penicillin is something that people tend to make with it. So yeah. Well, that being said, that's the Robert Burns Scotch lineup. That's that. What's everybody else sipping? I've talked enough. I've talked for an hour and 30 minutes. But I'm going to get this out of the way. Um, let's see. So yes, hello, Alina. Hello, Stereo. Thanks for being here for so long, Jess. Autumn, if you're there, hey. I love you. And yeah, let's just chat and sip what we got in front of us, and let's open up some Skyrim. What do you guys think? Yes, Stereo Aberlord 12, as promised. How is it? I think I don't remember the last time I had Aberlore, so I may need a refresher there. So I look to you as the chat expert on it. And I need to move my stuff around. Oh, and actually, if I'm gonna have this open, I need to put my headphones on. Ooh. Peach elderflower flavored. That sounds amazing. Peaches and elderflowers are some of my favorite things to use in cocktails or just to have. So that sounds really good. But sorry about your grumpy gut. Sorry, I gotta get these headphones plugged in without bumping my mic. And it's tricky. There we go. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I was just talking about how bumping the mic was going to be a problem, and lo and behold, I bumped the mic. So, apologies. Um, I did end up bumping it, and it is fragile on the best days, which is a bummer because it sounds good. It just has a hard time, you know, not, I don't know, staying connected. So glad we're back. So yes. Well, I've managed to listen all the way through the Skyrim theme song once because I have the main menu open. But what I was saying when you guys couldn't hear me was that after the stream on Sunday, I also took this as an opportunity to make my layout have like a vertical screen. So I have my normal monitor that's like in the middle, but then my old monitor that I got in like 2016, I've always had it just kind of on the side as a you know, just a side monitor. But I switched it to vertical, and I'm kind of liking it. Like, I feel like I can break things up easier on a vertical monitor, but it is kind of an adjustment because I can see a lot more of the rest of my like room in my periphery here. So yeah, I got one horizontal and one vertical. Yeah, so if I look like I'm looking up more than normal, it's because the vertical one's a little tall. But yeah, so interesting, weird, getting used to it. But I'm gonna let's get this gameplay thing going. Hopefully it will start showing our gameplay here. Come on. It hasn't picked it up yet. Awesome. Why is this happening? Okay, there we go. I was like, I don't want to have to deal with this again. Cool. Yeah, vertical monitor streaming. That's how we know I'm for real. Thank you, Alina. I you know, I think maybe the real for real would be maybe if I moved like some of the stream to Twitch or something. But you know how I said that I would do some stuff off stream last time? Well, I didn't. So sorry, and we're gonna do some inventory management. And that may, I mean, maybe we'll get up to some other stuff, but I think today's stream was mostly about Scotch. So, and a lot of the other stuff has sort of just been a little bit of an afterthought. But you know what? I can live with that. It does almost make me think maybe we should have done it on the main channel instead of this one. But whatever. Oh, hello, Jazargo. You just sort of materialized there. I'm just going to dump all the crap that I have into the dresser that I dump most of my crap into. So we're going to dump that, and obviously not those. And you know what? We're going to not go through the whole list because that will take forever. Instead, yeah, I don't think we really need the ebony blade on us, as fun as it was with our Krampus build. Nah. I do like having Keening around. And I do think we should work our way over to our, you know, proposed build of like a Dwemer fanatic. We've already got like most of the way there, so I think we could get away with I don't know, the bulk of it. I'm gonna wear these because I think they're fun, and we'll ditch some of the other stuff that we have on, but I want to sell that eventually. I'm fine getting rid of that. We're gonna get rid of those and all of those, and we'll hang on to the fishing stuff just in case we want to go fishing. Dang it, we should have put these gloves on when we were trying to pickpocket that one person. Whoops. I'm gonna put those away too. Okay, I don't want that. I do like that, but I do have a mod installed that lets you craft the jagged crown as well as a number of other things. So this is not the real jagged crown. This is a crafted one, but that's fine. Oh, we could put that in the basement. I'm gonna wear that. We'll keep the Nightingale stuff around. Carry weight's down to 413. Don't need those. Okay. Yeah. Aberlour always tastes like tart apple. Yeah. You know what? You're slowly convincing me that maybe I should pick some up this spring. I might delve into the wide and wonderful world of spending too much money on Scotch. Although maybe I shouldn't do that. Don't need that. And I don't want those. And I think with that, we're good. And I love these gloves. Okay, we have altogether too many potions on us, so guys, you gotta remind me to use my poisons, because I just keep forgetting. Got some flame cloaks. Okay. I'm fine. We also got to use the scrolls. I just think it's dumb that scrolls have their own menu item there. I think it's just ridiculous. I don't know anybody who builds their entire character around scrolls. Those don't take up very much weight. We don't have that many of these. I really should get Sky UI on here. I just haven't, because I know it's gonna take forever. So to like make sure it sets up and doesn't mess with things and blah blah blah. Okay, don't need to look at keys. Let's see what we got that weighs a lot in here. Okay. None of those weigh much. Can't get rid of those. The gold weighs nothing, of course. We just basically have a credit card full of all of these. I don't need ingots and ore, so maybe I should just get rid of that. Yeah. Ooh, and we should sell that at the Thieves Guild, because I think somebody would take it. Probably Tanelia. Don't need the Ruined Lexicon anymore. We could do Maroon's Razor. How do you guys feel about doing this quest? Don't need the Dwemer Metal or the Stalrim at the moment. I don't know why these are separate, although it probably has to do with the quest marker one. Okay, cool. That dropped us down to 344, which I can live with. And also, check out, I mean, so the captain's clothes that I'm wearing, these are from the anniversary edition, and I think they're, as far as like just clothes in Skyrim go, I think they're kind of cool. And if I nailed the right enchantments on them and the right build, using like alteration magic and stuff like that to boost your armor rating, it would be a pretty cool setup, I think, because the captain's clothes look sort of rustic, rogue, piratey, peasanty, but like with a dash of I don't know, he looks very svelte. That's what we're gonna go with. I think it looks dope. So we'll just kind of keep that for a minute until we inevitably need to fight something, and we'll die if we don't have our armor on. But I think that's it. I think that's good. Well, of course, now that I've changed, I do think we should actually put our Thieves Guild stuff on, unironically, because I want to knock out these Thieves Guild quests, and I like wearing the armor of the faction that I'm doing quests for when I'm doing the quests, because I don't know. Does anybody else do that? Because sometimes I feel like I'm going a little insane when I like go out of my way to do that, but I don't know. It just makes sense to me. Cool. Oh, hey, Jess, please feel free. You and Alina can nerd out about D&D in the chat as much as you want. I love the idea of D&D, and I've started several D&D campaigns. I've just never finished one because they are a lot of like, it's a lot of work.
If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming. Or I might not. We will see.
Okay, well, wait here.
Head on then. I will keep an eye out.
Thank you, Tizargo. I am going to sneak. Oh, who found me? Who be finding me? Okay, there we go. Let's see. And also, Jess, I'm very glad that you also do that because, yeah, sometimes I'm like, this doesn't matter. And I know, like, on my first playthrough, I definitely didn't do that. I definitely was just like, nope, I'm just gonna do this, and, oop, don't get spotted. Yeah, my first playthrough, I pretty much just wore the same armor for every single thing. And I guess I maintain that that's like appropriate on your first playthrough of a game because you have more important things to do than role playing. But when it comes to games like Skyrim that have like infinite replayability, if you will, it's kind of, I don't know, it makes sense to like role play and change the armor that you're wearing in moments where it would make sense to do so. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but I don't know. I think we're on the right track. Okay, where do we need to go? Let's see. Into the Bannered Mare, which is, I maintain, the best bar in town. And again, every time we come here, I have to say this, but if you guys can find the Bannered Mare t-shirt from like years ago at this point, that's like brown with this logo, please. I outgrew mine because I bought it when I was not done growing, and it makes me sad.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Okay, we're just gonna mess with your numbers. Oops, I didn't mean to steal that. That's fine. Okay. Oh, and we forgot Zargo. Oopsies. Let's see. Okay. Map. We forgot Drazargo at Honningbrew, I think. Okay. Or not quite. No, Maiden Loom. That's where it was. Plagio? Where did we forget him? That little lad. Drazargo.
Mage from the college, right? Hear things have finally calmed down over there.
Yep, that was all me. We're gonna look over here. I don't remember where our little cat went. I'm just gonna look at the quest marker. Maiden Loom Manor. Whoops. Where's Maidenloom Manor? It's somewhere in the area. I don't remember. Ain't that. Just them's the breaks. Whoopsies. Stables, huh? That would make sense. Thanks, Jess. Okay. There we go. Howdy, cat.
You ready to get going?
Yes, follow me.
Excellent.
Yeah, the Drunken Huntsman's good. I always have a hard time because I've only, I most of my playthroughs I do the Dark Brotherhood, and I almost always kill Anariath, and I feel bad going in to see his brother. So I think that's why I forget and am kind of averse to the Drunken Huntsman sometimes. But also, it's a little bit more of a shop/bar, so it's, they got more going on. Okay. Hey, Jess, I'm sorry, but I wish that he was not a character that you had to assassinate, because, it's, yeah. Okay. Well, onward and downward. I also, while we're here, I'm gonna plug my phone in because I should have done that.
Take a look around.
I just have to
Have you
unplug
ever
one of
laid
my
eyes on such
microphones, the bar microphone, to
This is the
plug
best the
in my
guild's
phone
done
charger.
since I've been a part of it.
Okay, there we go. That guy had the same voice as Mercer Frey, which was kind of unsettling. Okay, there we go. Phone turning back on. A little sip of our cocktail. Okay, of the scotches that we had today, whoops. Oh, it just popped up a thing to connect to my phone. Oops, so I can't see the game right now. Sorry. Okay, well, now my phone is back, so we're good to go. All right, I'm gonna set that down, and we're good, I think. Yes, okay, we're good. Never mind. Okay, and we're back. Oh, and good. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I kind of hate it when the game takes my mouse away and I can't, also click on things on the browser, which it'll do that if I click the screen sometimes, so. Delvin.
Did you need something?
Let's chat.
Something troubling you? I'll listen.
I've completed the numbers job.
Good job. Now, here's your part of the deal.
I heard you're offering extra work.
I handle the fishing, numbers, and bedlam jobs. The ones with a more personal touch. If breaking's a more your thing, go talk to Vex.
Let's see, we just did numbers, so... Do you have any fishing jobs?
I've got a mark who's just got an item from a relative outside of Skyrim. I probably should have been quieter about it. You in?
I'll get it done.
Finally. Someone with backbone. Here you go.
Thanks, man. Please be Whiterun. Please be Whiterun. It's Markarth, we're not gonna do it.
So, what can I do for you today?
I want to quit that fishing job.
You can't keep quitting jobs when it strikes your fancy. You're gonna make us all look like a bunch of amateurs.
Shut up.
Think next time.
Hey, don't even. Come on. I'm ready for some extra work.
Alright. Anything in particular strike your fancy?
Do you have any fishing jobs?
Maven wants this Mark's most prized possession. The bloody fool carries it on his person all
Quit
the
that
time.
fishing.
So, think you can handle it?
I'll get it done.
Keep this up, and you'll be rich enough to retire before you know it. Good luck.
Please don't be Solitude. Don't be Windhelm. Okay. Whew. Thank you very much. Got a Whiterun one. Vex.
Steal anything worth talking about? Back with good news, I trust?
I've completed the burglary job.
Amazing what people leave laying around for us to take, isn't it?
I heard you're offering extra work.
I handle the burglary, shell, sweep, and heist jobs. Most of them involve breaking and entering. If you don't like that kind
Did
of
we
work,
do
talk to Delvin.
burglary?
He
I don't
runs the
remember
more
what
up-close
the
and
last
personal
one
jobs.
was. I think we did a sweep or a heist. I don't remember. Do you have any shill jobs?
This one should be easy. Get in, plant the goods, and get out. Quiet and neat. Sound like your kind of job?
Yeah, consider it done.
Whatever. Just get it done. Here's the
Don't
job.
whatever me, miss. Let's see. Okay. Plant the stolen flawless ruby in Valendor's house in Riften. Cool. Alright. Well, Vekel the man. We're gonna have a seat here. Have a little chit chat. While we also take our hood off. Cause also, it's a good time to, you know, have a seat at our little bar, have some Colovian brandy. Actually, I'm not gonna drink it, but we'll just drink some stolen wine. Why not? But yeah, Stereo, I think you missed the earlier part of the stream where we tasted some scotches, but we tasted 5 different scotches. We tasted Robert Burns Scotch from Arran Distillery, Balvenie 12 DoubleWood, Glendronach 12, Talisker 10, Ardbeg 10, and then we also whipped up the Bobby Burns cocktail. So the Robert Burns one, was just kind of a approachable little blend. The Balvenie 12 DoubleWood was a sweet malty scotch, kind of like honey and oats. The Glendronach 12 was a rich funky scotch, like brie and crackers. The Talisker 10 was a briny, mildly smoky scotch, like a campfire on the seashore. And then the Ardbeg 10 was a meaty, smoky scotch, like smoked brisket and cigars. So I am thinking that down here would be a thing for either the Glendronach 12 or the Talisker 10. It's either, I think a case could be made for it being kind of briny down in the Riften sewers. So cheers to that. But yeah, it was a full spread. I tried to have, a spread of like different like palettes. So it kind of went from like sweet and inoffensive to like funky and rich to like it was a spectrum of sweet to smoky. With a lot of, meandering along the way. But, ending it with Ardbeg 10 was, Ardbeg 10 is a smoky beast. So, yeah. I'm thinking the Talisker was is the pairing for them. Who do we need to do a job for here in Riften? Planting something in somebody's house. Valendor. Okay. Well, Valendor. Sounds like we gotta put some contraband into your little home. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. And come on. And we're in. Go. Awesome. And I don't see anybody around. How lucky for us. Good. Okay, and what was the item? Stolen flawless ruby. Misk, all the way down to S. And there we go. Thanks for coming with me, Jazargo, but I think you might be overstaying your welcome here, bud. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. Go back to this, and let's pop into Whiterun, shall we? I think of that lineup, the Balvenie DoubleWood would be the Scotch for... Oh, guard's just taking a bath, I guess. Hey, bud. Enjoying your time in the tub? That's funny. Well, I don't know what to think about that. Back to my point. I think the Balvenie DoubleWood would be the Scotch for Whiterun, because it's just like sweet and you know, everybody likes it. It's enjoyable. It's a fun, nostalgic place to be. So, and I haven't been looking at my map, so I think, yep, I walked past it.
I earned my way to the top.
Shut up, Nazim. Nazim is a dork. Oh, are we gonna have to? Oh, we. This is a conflict of interest. I should have been absolved from this.
Well, look who it is. How have you been?
Good. I am gonna make you not proud.
You're someone who can get things done. I like that.
Thank you, Ayala. Appreciated.
I've been tending to the warriors of your Vasker for as long as I can remember.
And I'm gonna plant something on you. Or steal something from you? I don't remember what I'm supposed to do.
I see.
Yeah,
Everything.
steal it. Okay, and it's a
Everything.
19% to steal. What the heck?
And no.
Okay, what do we got that... Okay, the boots... Okay, we're not going to wear those. We are going to wear those gloves that we have, because those will increase our
everything.
pickpocket success. Oh yeah, way better.
I see everything.
Get away from me.
Shut up.
Everything.
You could have
and
just
asked.
asked.
Everything.
Nice. I wonder if I actually... You know what? We're going to talk to her. We're going to see. We're going to see if we could ask her.
I've been tending to the warriors of your Vasker. I see
Okay, well, I
everything,
guess we can't.
hear everything.
Gloves.
And-
Dude.
No.
Done.
Everything.
Thank you. One playthrough you had on Dolamar and Markarth spawned naked midair, dead, and fell to the floor. That's awesome. On Dolamar sucks. Should we grab one of these guys to be our follower while we're here? Cause like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Jazargo, but nah, we'll keep him. I like the cat. But I kind of, you know, I think Velod is sort of, you know, still the top tier person. Okay, let's see. Into the Thieves Guild. Yeah, Jess, I do like the counterpoint. Cat. He do be a cat with a little mustache who's not allowed into the Ragged Flagon. So. Oh, I guess he is.
If you need more.
I wasn't sure that he was, but I guess he's been following me around this whole time. Thanks for coming, kitty. And let's talk.
Well, you done or what? Steal anything worth talking about?
I've completed the shill job.
Didn't muck it up, I hear. Good. Here's your share.
Thanks. I'm ready for some extra work.
Got more than you can handle.
Do you have any sweep jobs?
Got a message from one of my people that this place just came into some coin. Should be a good target. Wanna take it?
Stereo, I have tried Octomore. It is to my memory, a very smoky one as well. Vex, I'll get right on it.
Fine. Here's everything you need to know.
Don't tell me fine. I'm gonna wake you up to tell you no.
Steal anything worth talking about?
I wanna quit that
Make
sweep
up your
job.
mind, will you? You're starting to make us look.
No, I'm
Got
not.
plenty. Take your pick.
Sweep.
I think we have a nice, wealthy.
I'll get right
Good.
on it.
Just remember the order. Do job first, get drunk second. Now take this and go.
Come on, come on.
Well,
What
you
about
done or
at the
what?
same time, Vex? I'll take Romulan Dreths. Thank you very much. Delvin, wake up.
So, what can I do for you today?
I can't sleep. I've completed the fishing job.
Here's your share. Well done.
Thanks, man. I am ready for some extra work.
Great. What you want to do?
Well, do you have any bedlam jobs?
Of course. Don't forget to keep out of sight. It doesn't count if they catch you red-handed. You ready?
I'll take it.
Finally. Someone with backbone. Here you go.
Thank you much. I'll take it. Okay, I can steal some stuff in Riften. I think this might trigger our like big Riften quest. You know, I think we talked about it in the Dawnbreaker stream. But yeah, Lydia, the you know, just she has been there from the beginning and does deserve some recognition. But on my first playthrough, I just for whatever reason on the in the when I was fighting Melkoran, I think she either died doing that or something. I don't know. Like,
Pickpockets.
and I'm one of them, buddy. Yeah, she's kind of a, I don't know. I forgot her there, and then that location locked, and I could not get her back. So that was weird. And Stereo, yes, Octomore, yeah, very peaty. I kind of forgot about how peaty that is. Oops, I did not mean to grab that. Jeez. Jeweled candlestick, thank you. Oh, and we've still wow, this was a nice 2-for-1 quest. You know, we should have aimed to get more crap like this. That's we should I mean, there's a quick little hack, you know, double up. Do the sweep and bedlam at the same time in the same city. If you can swing it, I highly recommend. Because sometimes those sweep jobs are just so much work. So I don't know. That's a smart way to do it, I guess. Okay, back over to the Ragged Flagon. All right. Let's chat. Thank you much. Delvin, Wake up. I can't sleep.
Pull up a seat. Have a drink.
Thanks. I completed that bedlam job.
Ooh, nicely done. Here's your share.
Thanks. I'm ready for some extra work.
Great. What you want to do?
Do you have any numbers jobs?
This business is a regular target for the guild. I keep pretty shoddy records, so the job should be a cinch. You in?
I'll do it.
Keep this up, and you'll be rich enough to retire before you know it. Good luck.
Thanks. Thanks, pal. And it's Windhelm. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
So, what can I do for you today?
I want to quit that numbers job.
Keep dropping these jobs, and I might quit assigning them to you.
Over my dead body. Come on.
Great. What you want to do?
Do you have any numbers jobs?
Have a client looking to have a rival's business ledger changed.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Now that's what I like to hear. Off you go.
Thank you. Goodbye. Where's he going? Riften. Heck yeah.
Out with it. Time is money.
I've completed the sweep job.
I suppose you want your share now. Here you go.
I do. And I'm ready for some extra work.
Good. We could use the coin.
Do you have any heist jobs?
I have just the place. The owner likes to stash some lovely trinkets in his strongbox like this beauty. Can you get it for us?
Sounds easy enough.
Here. Just don't make me look like an ass in front of the guild and mess it up.
No promises. I might quit it. It's Markarth. I'm quitting
Out
it.
with it. Time is money.
No.
Well,
Hey.
you done or what?
About that heist job. I want to quit.
First you take the job, now you don't even want it? Wish you'd make up your mind.
I'm ready for some extra work.
Good. We could use the coin.
Do you have any heist jobs?
The owner of this shop stiffed us on their last protection payment, but we're taking it anyway. You want to help us on this one?
Yep. Sounds easy enough.
Good. Just remember the order. Do job first, get
Nope.
drunk second.
Nope.
Now take this and go.
Thank you. I might quit it if it's Solitude. We're quitting
you done
it.
or what?
No, I'm not doing
Back
that.
with good news, I trust?
I want to quit that heist job.
Fine. Next time save me the trouble and pass on it from the beginning.
Well, I would if you would tell me the location. Yeah, I'm ready for some extra work.
I bet you are. Which one do you want?
We're gonna go with heist
Got
again.
a good one here
Yep,
involving
yep,
a shop.
Yep.
Fine.
Sounds easy.
Here's everything you need to know.
Thank you. And
Steal anything worth talking about?
Whiterun. Eligible. Thank you. This might. I don't know. We're getting real close, guys, to our actual completion of the Thieves Guild Guildmaster stuff, where we can get our Guildmaster armor. And I think that's what we'll do today on stream, because I want it. Because I don't know if you know this, but if you do all of, or 5 of those quests in for the Thieves Guild after you've completed the main quest, you get the actual Guildmaster armor that like Vex and Delvin and Brynjolf wear. So I want that. I want to look dope in Black Thieves Guild armor.
You've got the coin.
So
You've come to the right place. Pull
thank
up
you.
the seat.
No, but I will fix your numbers upstairs. So give me 1 second. Oops, not that way. I should have looked. It's good to see you too, Bali. How's being a weirdo? Ooh, letter to Klexius. Ooh, we got a thing. Dear Klexius, it's as you feared. The news here in Riften is troubling on many levels. Now I've studied goblins all my life, and while customs differ from tribe to tribe, one thing is always held true. They are beholden to their shamans, and removing them will turn the entire tribe docile. Moreover, we have seen this method work in practice, most famously with the Three-Feather tribe near Bruma. Yet still, the rumors persist of goblin activity near the border. Most disturbing is the news that the Blue God himself is leading them. Could it be Malakath himself in some form? Regardless, if some Daedric being has found its way to this realm, this is a cause for concern. I'll be heading to Grom's Pass in the morning to investigate. Faithfully yours, Avanessa Caladius. Wow. That's fun. That would be an anniversary edition add-on about the goblins. So I think once we do that, we will unlock goblins as enemy types. Also, that made me think of something else. What was it?
A word of advice, my friend.
Thank you. What?
Do not mix gambling and drink. Taken together, they will empty your pockets of every septim.
You shouldn't go to Las Vegas. And off to Whiterun. And some of the Balvenie 12 for Whiterun. I kind of want to try the Balvenie 14 Caribbean cask because it is rather than aging in ex-bourbon barrels, it ages in ex-rum barrels, and I think that'd be interesting having tasted the bourbon DoubleWood. So, but the problem is it's a lot more expensive, so I don't know.
Welcome to Bellathor's General Goods. Welcome indeed.
Thanks, Bellathor. I came in the back door for no weird reasons at all. I'm not going to go upstairs and mess with your stuff.
I assure you, I'm prepared to make any deal.
Well, what about the deal where I unlock this lockbox and take what's inside it? Yep. And we're good. Thanks.
Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second.
Well, what have you got for sale?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
And do we have anything worth selling is the question, because we did just get rid of most of the stuff weighing us down. So, like, But, oh, you know what? We'll get rid of our dragon stuff that weighs nothing. Okay, we'll get rid of that many. And see if he has anything good. No, he does not, apparently. Disappointing, my friend. Never mind. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Later.
Do come back.
No. And don't say it like that. That was creepy. Yeah, he is. Jess, you're right. Bellathor is the quintessential residential sleazebag. Oy. Okay, Thieves Guild. Thank you much. Yeah, the fire arrows are fun, but the thing that I found the most frustrating about them was we were on a quest that required you to light some oil on fire. And I was like, dope, I'm gonna use these new exploding fire arrows from the anniversary edition to burn this oil.
Still learning the ropes, but I'll get that.
And I didn't like the exploding arrows do not work on the oil or anything like that. So for whatever reason, they don't apply the fire to like the actual elemental things that would need that to trigger it, which is really annoying. All right, Delvin, let's chat.
Something troubling you? I'll listen.
I've completed the numbers job.
Good job. Now, here's your part of the deal.
I'm ready for some extra work.
All right. Anything in particular strike your fancy?
Do you have any fishing jobs?
Got ourselves a freelancer. Thinks he can muscle in on our territory. How about you teach him some manners, eh?
I'll get it done.
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut and you'll do fine. Let me give you the details.
Thanks. And please... Okay, it's Whiterun. Okay, all we need is Whiterun and Riften. That is all we need. Vex, wake up.
Out with it. Time is money.
I appreciate your sentiment. I've completed that heist job.
Oh, you're back? I suppose you'll be wanting your pay then.
I'm ready for some extra work.
Okay, what'll it be?
Do you have any heist? No shill jobs.
Sure. Got one that should be pretty easy, as long as you keep your weapon sheathed. Can you handle it?
Fine, yes. Consider it done.
Good. Just remember the order. Do job first, get drunk second. Now take this and go.
Fine. Stolen flawless diamond. Plant it in Maurice Aravel's house. Okay. I think this...
If you're in the market for the finest bows money can buy.
I am.
You're talking to the right person.
But you are in my way. Thank you. Whiterun is going to be done, I think, after these two. So, after that, we're just on Riften. Because we've done Markarth, we've done Windhelm, and we've done Solitude. So, and all you need to do is the main cities. So, but yeah, no, just seriously, the exploding fire arrows don't apply fire damage to elemental like things like oil and stuff like that, which is just perplexing, to say the least.
Welcome
back to
Bellathor's
Bellathor's. Hey, friend.
Welcome indeed.
You know, hi. I am...
Hands off!
No. I'm taking this. Thank you.
Hey! Hands up!
And I'm taking that. Thank you. And goodbye.
Don't mean to be rude, but I'm too busy to talk right now.
Shut up. Okay. Yeah, no, they both really... The Thieves Guild and the Dawnguard do really make you work for it, Jess. You are 100% correct. Wait. Okay, Riften. Plant... Oh, okay. Okay, let's plant this and then head back into the guild, and we might get both main quests just about after this. So we might just knock this out and get our master armor. Okay, and do, and yep, and I'll take that and plant this. And boop. Goodbye. Okay, let's get out of here. What's gonna be the quickest way up? Probably this way. Yeah. And over here. We'll take a right. I think we've talked about this a little bit on stream. Oh, actually, you know what? We've got some other things to talk about. They mentioned Bruma in that goblin thing. How do you guys feel about the Beyond Skyrim Bruma mod? Because I could play that on stream sometime if we wanted to, because it's completely new content. And beyond that, have you seen the trailer for Oblivion and that it's coming out in 2024 or 2025? I don't remember what it said. Vex, yes. Let's
Out with
talk.
it.
I've
Time
completed
is
the
money.
shill job, which I didn't steal. I planted something for you, but still.
Oh, you're back? I suppose you'll be wanting your pay then.
I sure am. I am ready for some extra work, though.
Got plenty. Take your pick.
Do you have any heist jobs?
Sure. A client's relative lost this item in a gambling match, and they're paying us to get it back. So much for fair play, huh?
Sounds easy enough.
Here, just don't make me look like an ass in front of the guild and mess it up.
Thank you. Dude, yeah, I'm excited for Oblivion. That was Solitude. I'm gonna ask her to not
I
do
never
that.
thought I'd see the guild this way ever again. The place is greater than what it used to be when Gallus was running the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Contacts
about.
are springing up all over, and I've got young footpads beating down the door to join up. I got one last special request.
A last one?
Finish this one, and all of
okay.
Skyrim's ours for the taking.
I thought we had both cities, but so it's a special request.
We actually got a request from one of the most powerful families in Whiterun, the Battleborns. Make your way up there and look for Alfred. He says he's got a matter that requires a delicate touch, and I suggested you for the job. Don't make me the fool and let me down, all right?
All right. Cool. Well, thanks, man.
Remember, keep it clean. We don't want blood on our hands.
Okay.
Something troubling you? I'll listen.
I just want to tell you that I completed the fishing job.
This kind of work suits you, and it's going to end up making you rich.
Thanks, man.
Can I give you a little tip? Take every job you can get, or else you'll end up a beggar.
Well, thanks, man. Imitation amnesty. That's what we need. Yeah, no. The Bruma mod, I've like dabbled with at one point, but between all of the updates with Skyrim Anniversary Edition and I don't know, a bunch of other things, I haven't had the time to fully do it. So it would like, whereas this Skyrim stream that I've done on the other channel and this one has been me playing quests I've played a zillion times.
Dragons?
These might be, or I mean, those ones might be like, I don't know, it might be fun to do Bruma because it's completely new content that is completely fan-made, but yeah.
Stand the side of a strong Nord woman?
Alfred, I'm talking to the enemy of your family.
My daughter died. Things won't be the same without
That's
her.
sad, I didn't know that. Delvin Mallory sent me.
You're here, and not a moment too soon. If anything should happen to Arn, there'll be hell to pay.
Calm down. Who's Arn?
A close friend of mine. We fought together on the battlefield for many years until old age got the better of us. Now it's up to me to save him one more time. This time from the executioner's block in Solitude.
Solitude? Then why am I here in Whiterun?
The city guard in Solitude is seeking Arn for a serious crime. When he fled here, he was arrested for drunken behavior. Can you imagine?
No, I cannot.
Fortunately, his identity isn't known to the authorities in Whiterun, so there's still a chance to save him.
All right, just point me to the prisons.
Hold a moment. This is more than a simple prison break. I want to have Arn's name stricken from the record books permanently.
Maybe talk a little
setting him
quieter,
up with
dude.
a new identity. It's the only way to throw the guard permanently off his trail.
So what's the job?
The job is twofold. First, steal a letter that was sent from Solitude warning Whiterun's guard to be on the lookout for Arn. The second is to change Arn's name in the prison registry to his new identity.
Sounds easy.
If it was easy, I would have hired a local thug instead of a professional.
Shut up.
Both of these items are kept inside Dragon's Reach. And they don't allow visitors inside the Jarl's or the Steward's chambers.
They
One
allow
more
me
thing.
up there.
If you
I
get
put a
caught,
dragon there one time.
I can't afford to be connected to you. Remember that before you do anything stupid.
Shut up. All right, let's get through these. Stereo, I did think I needed to cancel that job, but the reason I didn't is I'm just gonna do it like afterwards, just for fun. I just kind of, if we're gonna have the Thieves Guild like actually like give us the Guildmaster stuff, then I'll just be the Guildmaster and do it. All right, Ulfrid, where's the letter being kept?
I have eyes within Dragon's Reach. They tell me that all correspondence from other holds are sent to the Jarl's private chambers.
Well, any information on the prison registry?
It's a well-known fact that the steward keeps all of the records on Whiterun's prisoners in a large book. My sources tell me you can find that book in a study in his quarters.
Okay.
Change Arran's entry in the book to anything you want, and they'll be forced to let him go after he serves a few weeks.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna ask him any of that.
You watch yourself out there.
I will do. Thanks, man. Goodbye. Ooh. So I just took another sip of the Bobby Burns cocktail, and it has kind of like warmed up a little bit. And the combination of the Benedictine with everything kind of gives it almost like a sweet tea kind of vibe. So it's pretty interesting. I kind of like it. Hi, Lydia. We were just talking about you earlier. All good things, all good things. Okay, let's get into the Jarl's quarters. Wake him up. Say, Jarl Balgruff, I can't sleep. Forge entry. Done. And sneak on up here. And maybe Jizargo, you wait.
Can I help you?
Wait.
Head on then. I will keep an eye out.
Yeah, no, Jess, it was the that thing with Lydia was on my first playthrough ever of Skyrim. It hasn't really been a problem in this one. It was kind of a weird fluke on my first playthrough, though, for sure. Letter from Solitude. To current steward of Whiterun, let it be known that we are seeking the criminal named Arran for the crime of murder in Solitude. If you should locate him, detain him, and contact me by courier as soon as possible. Take and... What book? Before the Ages of Man. We've already read it. Okay. Well. Goodbye, Jarl. Thanks for, letting us in your quarters. Okay. Now we get out of here.
What do you need, my thing?
Well, we were just talking about you. Do you want to follow? Oh wait, we left Jizargo. Gosh dang it. I'm gonna let Jizargo go, and just because we were talking about it, let's take Lydia as our follower. Hey Jizargo, sorry I forgot you over here.
You ready to get going?
It's time for us to part ways.
Really? Jizargo was having such fun. Ah, well, back to the college
It was fun, I agree, but actually no. Well, okay. Now, we'll take Lydia.
To his heart.
He is such a sweet little kitty.
Your kind, always sneaking about.
I will shout you off of this roof. Oh, Jizargo. I see you guys. All right, House Carl. I'm gonna kick all these things off and say, hey.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I am your sword and your shield.
Follow me, I need your help.
Lead the way.
Thanks. All right, let's kick a couple more dishes off the table and go. And look at our handiwork and get out of here. All right, map. Return to Alfred. Back to his house. And up, and down, and over, and down, and to the Battleborns. Oh. Of course, we're gonna get in there, and you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna be like, you can't be in here, get out! And I'm gonna be like, come on, dude. We're doing illicit things. Let me break into your house to talk to you. Yeah, the Dragonborn table dancing in the court of the Jarl is a little scandalous, huh? Why is this so hard? This is a novice lock. That was insane. Okay, let's see. Alright. Can we talk? Hey. Hey. Can we talk?
You're not supposed to.
Oh, come on, buddy. I'm trying to leave. Shut up. I hate that. They won't even do illicit things in the safety of their own home. Pathetic. Well, whatever. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I know. I did interrupt their alone time, which I mean, the door's still locked, so whatever they're getting up to is lasting until 9:43 a.m. Come on. Really? Even now? I'm breaking in. It's like you guys have had over like 12 hours to do this, so it's on you. All right, let's see. Yeah, no. Skyrim machinima and just machinima in general defined my shut up, Lars. Just machinima in general did define a lot of my humor in early and even after high school. I loved me some machinima. So, I'm right there with you. Okay, really? Okay, he's in the Drunken Huntsman. And no, it's disturbing and hilarious. I 100% agree. All of Machinima was disturbing and hilarious.
Alfred, patron of the great clan Battleborn. A name I'm sure you know well.
Everything's been done. Arn should be safe.
Arn? Never heard of him. I guess that means you're finished. Here's your payment.
That was easy.
Tell Delvin that he has my support and all the weight it carries in Whiterun from now on. I think he'll be quite pleased.
Probably. All right, well, thanks, buddy.
You watch yourself out there.
All right, now we got to talk to Brynjolf about becoming the guild master. We did it. And the heist job will probably just sit there then forever, because it's useless. Well, and technically, I want to talk to Delvin before I talk to Brynjolf, because I think Delvin will give me a little payout. Or he won't. Actually, yeah, I think the guy paid us. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll try talking to Delvin, but I think that's it. And also, oh, I guess Lydia's tagging along and gonna judge us down here. Hey, Delvin.
I think it's time we make this guildmaster thing official.
Heck yeah.
Go and talk to Brynjolf. He's making preparations.
Lydia's gonna be so disappointed. Jazargo would have enjoyed this a lot more. All right, Brynjolf. Let's talk, my friend. Hey.
Well, my friend, the time's come to make it official. It's time to become our guildmaster. Don't worry. I promise this will be short and sweet. If you'll just meet us in the center of this cistern room, we can begin.
All right, cool. Lydia, I know I just asked you to follow me.
What's on your mind?
Wait here.
As you wish, my Thane.
I don't want you to see this. I'm gonna don my hood, though. Oh, and I'm not even... Oh, I'm just wearing the gloves. I need to wear my, my Thieves Guild gloves. We're making this as official as possible here, because this is probably the last time we're gonna wear the like, OG Thieves Guild armor. Because we're about to be the friggin' guild master. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna wait for Brynjolf to get where he's supposed to be so I know exactly where I should approach from for the best angle. I think over here is gonna be the best. Yeah, then we can see everybody and they can see us. Hello, hello.
Look, I've never been good at these things, so I'm just gonna keep it short. Being guildmaster means more than just getting a cut of all the loot. It's about being a leader and keeping this rabble in order. With that in mind, I propose that the position of guildmaster should be yours. Delvin?
Agreed.
Vex?
Sure, why not?
Carlia?
Absolutely.
Everyone is in agreement.
Heck yeah.
So all I can do now is name you guildmaster.
Dope.
I wish you good fortune and long life.
Oh, you know it.
Now everyone, get back to work.
Cool.
So now
You need anything, anything at all, don't hesitate to ask.
So that's it? There's nothing else to it?
Well, that's it. Sorry if it isn't the ceremony you were hoping for, but we're not exactly known for throwing our coin around. After we're done, head over to Tanelia, and she'll set you up with your guildmaster armor. Oh, and one last thing. Here, I want you to take this. It's sort of a tradition around here.
The tribute chest key and the amulet of articulation. Dope. Let's chuck on the amulet of articulation. There we go. Persuade checks almost always succeed and increases speech skill by that many points.
So, the master, eh? Good show.
Thanks, man. Actually, you know what? Let's run around and see if we can get any unique dialogue from folks.
I can't think of a better person for the job, Nightingale.
Alright.
Isaac.
Okay, well, you know what? I want to do that with the actual armor on, so we're gonna run over here. Ah, yes, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the congratulations. And Jess, I also wish that Carlia could be a follower. Does anyone know if you can marry Carlia? I don't think you can, but Tanelia, let's talk.
Before we get down to business, I've got something I need you to do.
What? Sure, what do you need?
Well, as you know, the guild's growing and things are looking up around here.
The only thing we're lacking is a reliable way to transport our merchandise across Skyrim.
How can I help?
I'm not sure if you've noticed, but there are several Khajiit caravans that travel across the realm. They're shrewd traders and don't mind getting their hands dirty. I bartered with their leader, Rasad, on more than one occasion.
You want me to go talk to Rasad?
Actually, I want you to bring him something. You see, the caravans are notorious for transporting illegal substances. Present Rasad with this satchel of moon sugar, and I bet my last septim he'll make a deal.
Okay. Deliver moon sugar. Tell me more about these caravans.
Rasad is the head of a small syndicate of independent merchant families. Each caravan is obliged to pay dues, but in return, a small portion of the profits are shared between them, and the leader parcels out the routes. If we could make contact with them, they could provide an excellent way to inconspicuously transport goods for us.
Got you. I'm gonna ask the dumb question. What's moon sugar?
It's an illegal substance highly favored by the Khajiit. Very difficult to come by. If moon sugar is refined properly, it can be used to make skooma,
Properly.
another
I think that's
substance
the
that will knock you
improper
over after a
refining
single draft.
process. But Brynjolf said you had something for me.
Yes, and I'm more than happy to give it to you. I mean, look at this place. I've never seen so much wealth down here. You've made us all rich.
Thank you.
Here you go. Should fit you like a glove, boss.
All right. Well, look at
You'll
that.
find Rasad with his caravan group. Just don't do anything stupid when you get there.
All right. Well, I guess we'll do that. But let's check on our guildmaster stuff. Yeah. It's pretty much just a black version of the Thieves Guild stuff, but it looks cool, okay? Look at, like... Okay, so there's the regular Thieves Guild hood, and then here's the Guildmaster. If I scroll back. I mean, it looks dope. The difficult thing, though, is as cool as this looks, you already get the Nightingale armor before this, which is arguably cooler, but this is just kind of like a status thing at this point. I also think it makes your arms look bigger, like it looks more padded and stuff than the normal Thieves Guild stuff. I don't know if that's true, but it just looks more burly in my opinion. Alright, well, okay, where's the... Oh, it was one of these. And we should kill the leader of Red Eagle Redoubt, why not? No, we might need it now. We'll do that later. We got stuff to do with it. Oh, and... Sapphire.
Is there something I can do for you?
No, I wish they would follow me. I wish I could just go as the guildmaster and be like, hey,
if you need marksman
follow
training,
me.
and you've got the coin, I'm ready to teach you.
Good to see you, lad. How are things?
I know we just got Lydia as a follower, but I want Brynjolf. I'm sorry, Jess. I want Brynjolf as my follower right now. Let's see, just checking on our take. How are we doing?
It's as if the merchandise and coin is simply falling from the sky. Vex and Delvin are having to turn clients away at this point. It's almost impossible to keep up. Don't forget to check your tribute chest once in a while. As guildmaster, you're getting a significant cut of the spoils.
How's the guild doing?
Take a good look around you. Have you ever seen the guild in such a prosperous state? With Mercer Frey gone and our influence present in all of Skyrim's cities, the guild's accumulating wealth faster than we can spend it.
Cool.
I couldn't be more proud to be part of the Thieves Guild, or of its new guildmaster.
Well, let me
Now go and make us some coin.
go release Lydia. As much as we did collect her as a follower, I want Brynjolf. Hey.
Back already?
Yeah, it's time for us to part ways. I'm sorry.
I'll head back home if you need me.
Okay. I'll see you later. I am going to chat with my dear friend Brynjolf, and we're gonna go on so many adventures. Where is he? Okay, he's over here.
Good to see you lot. How are things?
Well, follow me. I need your help.
I'm ready when you are.
Thanks, man. Let's do this thing.
What's on your mind?
Just. Yeah, okay, I don't care about the other
to see you
Thieves
again,
Guild
my
people.
thing.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. I'm gonna go do crime. Okay, Moon Sugar to Resod. Where's Resod at these days? In Markarth, which of course means by the time we get here, he's not gonna be here, but we'll try. Nope, I guess he is. Alright, come on, Brynjolf. We gotta chat with the cats.
All for sale at fair prices. We have been in this land for so long. I have forgotten what it feels like to walk on warm sand.
Yes, I know just what you mean. My toes are numb from the cold more often than not.
Do you ever find that you regret making this journey?
In truth, I do not. I have always dreamed of seeing new lands, and it does not hurt that we are making a good profit.
That is true. Perhaps I should be more grateful for this opportunity. Not many Khajiit can say that they have visited Skyrim.
See you, Stereo. Thanks for tuning in.
How
Alright.
can I assist?
You can't, but Resod can.
You approach as if you know us, stranger. Who are you, and what do you want?
I've talked to you before a zillion times, but I bring an offer from the Thieves Guild.
Yes, I've heard the guild is rising back to power. An alliance would be most beneficial to both parties. I will consider the offer, but I'll have to discuss it with the other caravans.
Perhaps this will sweeten the deal.
Ah, moon sugar. I could smell it on you. I am pleased with this offer, and accept. Take my word to the leaders of your guild, and tell them we look forward to a prosperous and profitable future. If you happen upon any of our caravans in your travels, we'd also be more than willing to pay you a fair sum for any of your stolen goods.
Cool. Thank you. We will return to Tanelia
Give my
in one
regards
moment.
to Tanelia. Tell her I'll contact her soon.
Thank you. We're gonna hop on our unicorn and go to that standing stone that apparently we haven't discovered yet. I don't know which standing stone this is, but it's one of the ones we haven't discovered, so let's do it. Okay, pedaling back to some... Oh my gosh, a dragon. Okay. Alright, give me a second, but I have some thoughts. It is the Lover's Stone, which is really good if you need to level up a lot and you don't use console commands like I do. Oh, it's just the Dawn Guard, who I wish we could join, but we can't. So we're just stuck as vampires this go around. Yeah. Hey. Okay, I suppose this armor is not smithed up, so we are not gonna survive a lot. So I'm just gonna chug some potions. All right, okay. Calm down, lady. Let me just use a different weapon too. Okay. All right. Oh, hello. Okay, fine. We'll do it this way. And a little chill rend action wouldn't hurt anybody. Actually, I'm going to put that in my right hand and keening in the left. And dual wield. And done. Got him. Okay, and while I absorb that soul, or Mirac comes and takes it, I'm gonna make sure we've got this one on, and... yeah, Mirac took it. Nice. You can have it, Mirac. I am gonna take that and that. Oh, I didn't want the meat. It's 20 pounds of dragon meat. That is one thing about the realistic hunting loot mod that I'm not a huge fan of, because I don't want that much dragon meat all the time. Although I don't see it now. We'll figure it out later.
One step closer to my return.
Enjoy, you jerk. Ah, he exploded. Alright, well. That was a good shout. That person kind of ricocheted off the ground. Okay. Where are we gonna go? Okay, I don't really want to start anything crazy, so let's just return to Tanilia. See what... let's knock out that heist job first, and then we'll return to Tanilia. You know what? We'll get a couple extra coins out of it. It'll be fine.
I take care of the horses, and the goats, and the chickens, and the garden.
Sorry, kid, but I can't really help you. I mean, I could adopt you, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Okay. Let's just do a couple somersaults and see what's in here. Okay. Can I pickpocket this feller? Dope. And still have to pick a master lock. Well, we might as well. It's fine. We have 75 lockpicks. I don't know. At this rate, I could go through every single one of those, so wouldn't put it past me. But let's see. Man, one of my friends in high school, Jacob, could unlock like master locks with one lockpick. He was just a wizard when it came to like sensing when it wasn't quite gonna go through. Like with that, he wouldn't have broken it. He would have like sensed that it wasn't gonna unlock, and then like that just a million times. And I just don't have that quality. So, but yeah, shout out to Jacob. All right, well, we did that. And a little extra. Ooh. And we're out. Later, Horm. I like that our unicorn is just talking to the stabled horses. Also, I don't know what happened to the unicorn's armor. It just disappeared after the last stream. Okay, into the Thieves Guild. And down here. Down into the cistern. And down into just the flagon. And let's talk to Vex.
What can I do for you?
Oh, nothing right now.
Our guild master graces me with a visit. What can I do for you?
Well, the words were kind of snarky, but the tone wasn't, so I don't know what to think. I've completed that heist job, though.
You did the job and you did it clean. That's all we ever ask. Enjoy the gold.
Thank you.
These jobs aren't gonna finish themselves.
Shut up. Tanelia.
If you're looking for extra work, talk to Vex or Delvin. They'll fix you up.
I've struck a deal with Rasad.
Yeah, good. I'll contact some of my people and have them prepare some shipments right away. Good job. Here, let me give you something for all the legwork.
Thank you. And what do you give me for these?
I give special rates to members of the Thieves Guild. Show me what you've got.
Let's sell off all those dragon bones. Dragon bone, dragon bone. And you know what? Actually, before we go too nuts, let's level up. And put it into health. And I think our speechcraft. Nah, I don't. Nah. As much as, okay, so for Robert Burns Day, it would be kind of fun to do the allure thing to get 10% better prices with the opposite sex. But I just don't want to waste my perk points on that. I already have more gold than I know what to do with, so I'm not even going to bother with the speech stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I think we'll save it until we have a particular build thing that we're like, yes, we need those 3 perks to go to this particular thing. So
now, if you'll excuse me.
Shut up.
Stick to the rule. Why don't you take a look at some of my merchandise and we'll see what kind of deal we can make.
You have so much stuff. Let's see what she'll take for the Eye of the Falmer. The right eye, not the left. Right eye. Ugh, come on, dude. That's not enough. I'm just gonna sell off a bunch of crap. Okay. That. And we've already run her down. Wow. Okay. Well, that was faster than I thought it would be.
Until next.
Actually, what do you
Usual
think she
guild
has?
rate. Let's take a look at them.
What you got? What you got? I'm not super huge on the weaponry. It's fine, but nothing crazy. I thought that said the elven dagger of everything, and I was like, what? But no, enervating. Nothing worth buying. Buy. Okay,
Master graces me with a visit. What can I do for you?
That feels sarcastic still.
Always a pleasure, boss. What can I do for you?
I finished that special Whiterun job.
Alfred sent ahead his compliments. Looks like his friend Arran is soon to be released, thanks to his brand new identity. More importantly, he's pledged the full support of the Battleborn clan to the Thieves Guild. The guild's at full strength, and we have you to thank for it.
Thanks, man.
We've had our share of dark times, and now they seem like a distant memory. I'm gonna tell you something you'll never hear me say again. But if you tell anyone I told you, I'll deny it. When you walk through the guild, don't be ashamed to hold your head high, because you're the best damn thief in the place.
Let's go. Thanks, man. Oh, and we can have Delvin as a follower too?
Hey, this guild needs the coin. Walking away without taking work is not
as
gonna
much as I love you,
Yes, lad.
I would like Delvin as my follower, so it's time for us to part ways.
It's been a pleasure, my friend.
Yes. I'll see you later.
Our guild master graces me with a visit.
So we could
What
have...
can I do for you?
I could have Vex as a follower, too. This is wild, guys. I didn't know that once I did this, I could have everybody as followers. That is nuts. That being said, though, I do want Delvin's, you know...
Always a pleasure, boss.
We have
What
work
can
to
I do for you?
His little Scottish, or I don't even know what, British.
Always a pleasure, boss. What can I do for you?
His little British on the streets of London vibe, following me around.
Always a pleasure, boss. What can I do for you?
Follow me, I need your help.
Now that's what I like to hear.
Yeah. Let's go, Delvin.
So, what can I do for you today?
Oh, I love you very much. I need to trade some things with you.
Yeah, sure. Good.
Cool. That's fun. We got a nice nice little follower there. I don't know what we're gonna do next, but for the time being, we are going to just head back to the old Tundra homestead, our home base of operations, and I will wrap up the stream there. But this was fun. We are now the guild master of all guild masters. So, heck yeah. And we have Delvin, Vex, and Brynjolf as potential followers. Some of the best characters in the game. So, I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. But, it's fun. Delvin, you want to see my bar? Check it out. Look at this. I need you to do something.
What can I do for you?
All
you need to do is ask.
Okay.
Something you need?
I need you to sit on the wooden bar stool.
Okay.
Aw, look at us. Just hanging out by the fire. Just pals. It's good stuff. Thanks for celebrating Robert Burns Day with me, Delvin, and everybody who tuned into the stream. So, this has been fun. It's been it's been a good one. Yeah, Jess, enjoy your day off tomorrow. I'm glad that this has been a good way for you to, you know, start winding down for your day off. Enjoy your time. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna save it here. This was fun.
All right.
All right, indeed. I'm gonna pop back out to the desktop, and the chatting camera, and remove these incredibly hot headphones. It was just a little too hot for me. But yeah. Thanks for tuning in. This Robert Burns Day stream sort of marks a proverbial end to my holiday season. I've done the holiday thing for a bit, so I mean, I took the tree down, and you know, technically there are a couple things piled up over there that you can't see that I won't show you, but yeah, it was good. I'm glad that you know, we had this opportunity to extend it, and I think that Robert Burns Day is an underrated holiday, and you know, tasting these scotches was a fun, you know, way to, like, I don't know, do more with the holiday, but I'll do more this weekend with some friends over, and I honestly think that maybe I will, I don't know. I'm definitely going to be doing more for it like every year just because I think it was fun. I liked, I don't know, extending my holiday season a bit. So, yeah. But that being said, we're moving into the new year and new video ideas, and the main channel needs some more love. So I need to finish up some video thoughts. But for those of you that are left here, I think my next video over there, as much as I have other ideas that I have been working on for a while that have been sort of on the back burner or in the works perpetually, I'm gonna whip out another shorter video, I think, just talking about Fat Tire and their recent change of their, not only their branding, but their recipe itself. I think I have some thoughts about that I would like to cram into one video, so I'm not just perpetually spinning my wheels about it. And then what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. But thank you for tuning in. Oh no, that wasn't it. I mean, at this point, yeah, I would like to do our stream on Tuesday next week. So just so you're aware, we'll probably stream on Tuesday because I am just not like, well, we're going to be traveling on Wednesday evening. So I'm not going to be able to stream next Wednesday. So, yeah, if you don't mind, we'll be moving the stream to Tuesday next week. And even if you do mind, we're moving the stream to Tuesday next week. So, yeah, I will see you next Tuesday, and we'll taste a couple tasty little bevs. Obviously, we'll be pedaling back from the scotches, but this was a fun stream. I liked tasting the scotches because yeah, it was fun. Just no worries if you can't make it. No worries, we will it'll always be there on the channel. Yeah, but we'll be in Boston for the week after, so I just won't be able to get as much things accomplished from Boston as I could from the old homestead. So, yeah. Cool. Well, I'll see you guys next week, and until then, cheers, my friends, and yeah, thanks for watching. I can never get my end screen up in a reasonable amount of time. I scroll up and down. Okay, there it is. Found it. Thank you for watching.